Let me tell you something that's going to sound crazy. Regular people just like you are building six-figure businesses right now completely alone with just a laptop. And nobody's even talking about it. It's insane. I discovered the thing I'm going to share with you 3 years ago, and it changed everything for me. I've made more money than I can count. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the exact business model that's creating $20,000 to $100,000 per month incomes for everyday people in 2025. What's amazing about this model is how ridiculously simple it is. It doesn't require complicated tech, a fancy office, or hiring employees. Just you solving a specific problem for people who gladly pay you good money. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme or some crypto scam. This is a legitimate business strategy that's working right now because of 3 massive shifts happening right now in today's economy. First, people are drowning in information but starving for transformation. They don't want more content, they want results. Second, artificial intelligence and automation have made one-person operations more powerful than entire companies from just 5 years ago. And third, the knowledge economy has exploded, making specialized expertise more valuable than ever before. Here's the magic formula that makes this whole thing work. High-ticket offers plus low expenses equals massive profit margins. I'm talking up to 95% in some cases. Think about that. With traditional businesses, you might keep 15 or 20 cents of every dollar you make. But with this model, for every dollar you earn, you're keeping 90 cents or more. When I first discovered this approach, I honestly thought it was too good to be true. Now, I help people to turn their knowledge or passion into high-ticket digital products, and so far, I've been able to make upwards of $2,000 in a single day with 95% profit margin. The crazy thing is, I'm not special. Plenty of other people are also doing this. I just followed a proven path that anyone can take. So what exactly is this business model? It's a specialized service business where you become the go-to solution for a very specific problem. You're not trying to serve everyone. You're becoming irreplaceable to a small group of people who value what you offer. Now, unfortunately, there are some things we're not allowed to share on YouTube, which is why to help you, I've recorded a free training to show you how I went from zero to over $1,200 a day with 95% profit margins. The link is in the description, and I highly suggest you check it out when you're done with this video. You can also book a free call with me or my team, and together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to 5 to 10K per month as quickly as possible. But be quick, because we literally get hundreds of applications per month, so we don't have enough spots for everyone. Let me walk you through the top categories that are absolutely booming right now. First, we have coaching, business coaching, health coaching, relationship coaching, career coaching, any area where people want personalized guidance to achieve a specific result. Second is digital products like courses and programs. Third, we have done-for-you services. This is where you handle specific tasks that businesses need but don't want to do themselves. Things like building marketing funnels, running ad campaigns, setting up automations, or creating branding. Here are some examples of profitable niches that real people are crushing right now. There's a woman in Arizona doing fitness coaching specifically for women over 40, focusing on metabolism issues. She charges $4,000 for a 6-month program and works with just 20 clients at a time. A guy in Toronto helps dentists with their Google Ads and patient acquisition. His monthly retainer is $5,000 and he has 6 customers. That's $30,000 per month with very little overhead. A 26-year-old in Miami offers relationship coaching with high-ticket programs starting at $8,000. He only needs 2 new clients each month to make more than most corporate executives, just sharing his knowledge with people. There's a hormone health specialist who creates personalized protocols for women with real lab-backed outcomes. She charges $8,000 and has a waiting list. Here's what these examples have in common. They're not trying to compete on price. They're not trying to serve everyone. They're focusing on solving expensive problems for people who are happy to pay premium prices. Why? Because they get amazing results. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I'm not an expert at anything. I don't have special skills or knowledge. Here's the truth most people miss. You don't need to be an expert. You need to be a strategist. In this business model, you're the vision holder, not necessarily the one in the trenches every day. You use contractors and virtual assistants for execution. Your job is to focus on strategy, client results, and process management. I have a client named Ed who was a marketing coordinator at a small agency. He decided to start helping e-commerce stores with their email marketing. He wasn't a world-class expert, but he knew far more than the store owners. And for the techie stuff he didn't know, he hired specialists on platforms like Upwork. Now, he's basically managing the strategy and the client relationships while his team of contractors handle the execution, so it's easy money for him. Last year, he made over $240,000 while working fewer hours than at his old job. That's a huge change. Now let's talk about how this business actually runs day to day. Your tech stack is lean. The software you use: Calendly for scheduling, Stripe for taking payments, Notion for organization, Zoom for calls, maybe Kajabi or Gumroad for digital products, and you use contractors on demand, designers when you need design work, copywriters when you need content, video editors when you need your videos edited, but you don't have to do any of it yourself. The key is to build systems that make you more money rather than just hustling harder. Automations and standard operating procedures save you hours every week. This lets you focus on high-value activities instead of just busy work. One of the most powerful aspects of this business model is the high-ticket advantage. Many people make the mistake of trying to compete on price, offering services for a few $100s. This forces you to take a ton of clients, creating a massive workload and a ton of stress. When you charge $3,000 to $10,000 or more, you can work with fewer, better clients. Better clients lead to better results, which leads to less stress and more referrals. It's counterintuitive, but charging more actually makes everything easier. It attracts serious clients who value your time and follow your advice. One guy I know went from charging $500 for website design to charging $10,000 for a full brand identity package. He went from needing 20 clients a month to needing just 2 while making the same money. Now let's break down the exact steps to build this kind of business. I'm going to walk you through each one in detail. Step 1, pick your niche. The first step is identifying a specific group of people with a specific problem you can solve. That's what a niche is. This is the foundation. Everything else will be built upon. Most people go way too broad. For example, they say, I help small businesses with marketing. That is a recipe for disaster. Instead, you want to be hyper-specific. Say something like, I help medicine practitioners attract patients through educational content. Ask yourself, what industry do you have experience in or at least interest in? What problems have you solved for yourself or others? Who would be willing to pay premium prices for these solutions? You always want to remember that the riches are in the niches. The more specific you are about who you help and what problem you solve, the easier everything else becomes. Step 2. Craft your irresistible offer. Once you know your niche, you need to create an offer that feels like a no-brainer to your ideal client. Your offer needs 3 key elements. First, it must solve a specific painful problem. People pay for solutions, not services. You want to focus on the outcome, not the process. Second, it must have a clear, concrete result. For example, I'll help you to get more clients is weak. I'll help you get 10 new high-ticket clients in 90 days is extremely powerful. Third, it must eliminate risk. Include guarantees, social proof, and clear expectations. The most effective offers combine your expertise with done-for-you elements and accountability systems. This creates maximum value while removing all the work and guesswork for your customers. Step 3. Build your lean systems. This is where so many people get stuck. They think they need fancy websites or complicated tools. You don't. In fact, you want to start with the bare minimum. You want to use Calendly for scheduling calls, Stripe for processing payments, Zoom for client meetings, Notion for organizing your processes, and Google Drive for sharing files. That's it. You can get started with the free plan. And as you grow, you can add tools like Kajabi for courses, or Zapier for automations, or Slack for client management. But start simple. Start with the free plan of the softwares. The goal is to create just enough structure to deliver your service professionally without becoming overwhelmed by technology. Step 4. Master client acquisition. This is where the rubber meets the road. Without clients, you don't have a business. In 2025, there are 4 primary methods that work best for high-ticket service providers. First, content marketing. You want to create valuable content that shows you know what you're talking about and you can help people. This could be YouTube videos, TikTok clips, LinkedIn posts, or even a podcast. The key is consistency and specificity. You want to focus on solving common problems your ideal clients face. Each piece of content should position you as the obvious solution to their challenges. For example, if you help dentists with patient acquisition, you want to create content specifically about the challenges dentists face with marketing, not general marketing tips. Second, direct outreach. Identify your ideal clients and contact them directly. This could be through LinkedIn messages, emails, or even direct mail. The key is personalization at scale. Research every prospect before you reach out. Reference something specific about them or their business. For example, you could say, I saw your recent post about struggling to fill your appointment calendar. I've helped 3 other dentists in Dallas solve this exact problem. That's a message people will open every time. Third, strategic partnerships. You want to identify complementary service providers or coaches who already serve your ideal clients but don't compete with you. For example, if you help e-commerce brands with email marketing, you can partner with web developers who build e-commerce sites. They can refer customers to you, and you can refer customers to them. Fourth, referral systems. You want to create a formal process for getting referrals from satisfied customers. Offer incentives to people. Create an easy way for clients to make introductions, and systematically ask for referrals at strategic points in your client journey, just after they've gotten results, for example, because people will be happy to give you referrals. Step 5. Deliver extraordinary results. Now this is where most people cut corners, but it's the most important step. A cheap product won't scale. Exceptional delivery creates word of mouth, referrals, and repeat business. To make this simpler, you can create checklists basically for every aspect of your service. Document your processes. Create templates and frameworks that ensure consistent results. Whenever possible, use automations to do less of the work yourself, but never at the expense of the client experience. The goal is to create systems that scale without sacrificing quality. Remember, every client is a potential case study and source of future referrals, so treat them accordingly. Now, unfortunately, there are some things we're not allowed to share on YouTube, which is why to help you, I've recorded a free training to show you how I went from zero to over $1,200 a day with 95% profit margins. The link is in the description, and I highly suggest you check it out when you're done with this video. You can also book a free call with me or my team, and together, we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to 5 to 10K per month as quickly as possible. But be quick, because we literally get hundreds of applications per month, so we don't have enough spots for everyone. Step 6. Scale through leverage. Once you have a proven offer and consistent clients, it's time to scale without working more hours. Otherwise, you couldn't possibly scale. And this is where most people go wrong yet again. They keep adding customers until they burn out. Instead, you want to create leverage, get team members, hire specialists for specific tasks. Use technology to your advantage. Nowadays, we have AI. Automate repetitive processes. Use templates to create reusable frameworks and checklists. Build digital products. Create systems that others can follow. The goal is to remove yourself from the day-to-day delivery while maintaining quality. Compared to the alternatives, being stuck in a soul-crushing job, building a complicated business with employees or overhead, or even worse, chasing get-rich-quick schemes, this path is far more achievable. You don't need permission to start, just the willingness to actually act and to stop waiting. You don't need the perfect plan, just the willingness to learn and to adjust as you go. You don't need $100,000 to get started. What's holding most people back is that they don't have a proven step-by-step process to follow, and they don't take action. It's the fear of not being good enough, not knowing enough, not having the right credentials. But here's the truth. There are thousands of people out there right now who would gladly pay you to help them solve a problem you've already figured out. Your knowledge, your experience, your unique perspective, these things are valuable, more valuable than you realize. The startup cost is virtually nothing. We're not trying to be on Amazon right here, but the potential upside is life-changing. And the freedom this business model provides goes far beyond money. Imagine working when you want, where you want. Imagine having clients who respect you and value your time, who treat you like you're a god. Imagine making more in a month than most people make in a year while working fewer hours. This isn't just a fantasy. This is happening right now for thousands of people who had the courage to start. So don't overthink it. Pick your niche, craft your offer, and take the first step today. Einstein said it himself. If you keep doing what you're doing, it's literally the definition of insanity. Now I know it can sound extremely confusing. You probably have no idea of where to start, which is why to help you, I've made a free video training where I share with you everything in detail. Click in the link in the description below if you want to access it. I don't know for how long it's going to be live. With that being said, I will see you on the other side.